Hey everyone, it's time for another top 10 list, and I'm excited because we're going to be talking about anticipated games for 2025. Now, I know we're a few months in, but I haven't played any of these games, haven't gotten any of these games. These are games I'm excited about. I believe most of these games aren't even out yet, so definitely anticipating these games. I do have 10, I do have one honorable mention. And let's go straight into one that would have been on my list, but I've already been talking about it for a year or two and other lists, and that is Flow. It is by Pika Games, art from Andrew Bosley. You have the cute critters, and it's like icy world, and you're doing exploration. That one would have been on my list, but I just had to briefly mention it because I just had to. It looks so cute. So go ahead, grab a drink, and let's chat about a handful of games that look really interesting. And definitely let me know throughout this list. Go ahead and leave a comment about games you are looking forward to in 2025 and games you think I might be interested in that I might have overlooked. Do let me know. But let's talk about the one that didn't make the list, but I had to briefly mention it because it looks really cool. It's called Point Galaxy. This is from the Flat Out Games group. They did Point Salad, Point City. Did not try Point City. We have Point Salad, but this one has the space themed, so I'm definitely interested. You know, card drafting, set collection. It looks really cool. I definitely am interested in trying this one. It's a smaller box game, but it looks great, and definitely interested in trying that. Okay, so let's get right into the list. Let's talk about my number 10, which is World Order. Now, this is interesting to me because this is from the people who did, the group that did Hegemony, which has been a super popular game. It's crunchy, a lot of like economic stuff. I have gotten to try it one time. I like the concept. It was a little like, oh, somehow it didn't quite click with my brain, but it's definitely a good game. But this is going to be a newer game from them that's going to be different. It's definitely going to be a little more like area control type of game. But what it says is simulate the modern global political system in this area control game. So this is a game about who can become the dominant global power. And I think that it's set in the year 2010, so not too long ago. But it seems like you have United States, you have China, Russia, and the European Union. And you're, I guess, competitively trying to get your global power to be the new world order. So this is definitely political and economic. I do tend to like those themes in games, but you got some area control, deck bag, pool building, hand management, multi-use cards, variable player powers. This definitely looks like one I'm interested in, and I like the way it looks as well. It has this, I don't know, I like war-themed games that look really cool, and political games, economic games, and this one, to me, looks cool. So definitely excited to hopefully try this one. Actually, no, I think I am going to try it for sure because a friend did back this on Kickstarter or GameFound, wherever it was. So I think I'm going to be able to try this for sure. Definitely excited. That is World Order. Now, let's move on to number 9. And this is going to be one of those space sci-fi games. No surprise, I have quite a few of those, a handful of those on my list. As I always do. So Venture is going to be upgrading your rocket and exploring space. This is coming out from Korea Board Games. The cover looks stunning to me. I was immediately drawn in by the cover, for sure. This is a 2 to 4 player game. So let's read a little bit about it here. In Venture, you must manage your corporation while competing against others for deliveries. In each of 3 rounds, players need to collect resources, hire personnel, upgrade their rocket, take orders, and make investments, after which they launch into space, moving to various planets to make deliveries, hire alien employees, and more before returning to Earth. So you got area control, deck bag pool building, pick up and deliver, space sci-fi, and it's a stunner to look at too. Like that's kind of a must for me. Like I know there are good games that go kind of drab, but I kind of need a good gameplay and a good looking game for me to actually be excited to play it. So this definitely seems to have that. I'm very excited. I hope to try it, and that is Venture. Okay. Number 8, we have one that is from Burnt Island Games, and it is called How to Save a World. This is work on different projects, each with a razor-thin chance of saving a world. So this is 1 to 4 player game. So basically, you're on this other world called, I think, Alaria, and an asteroid is coming. And there's like several different ways to potentially save the world you're on, or save the species, I guess. And I guess you are trying to figure out which way you want to work towards. So I guess there's maybe a few different ways to win. I'm not 100% sure. So there's like 3 different plans. There's like a powerful laser that you can work toward to potentially shoot the asteroid into little pieces. Potentially an energy shield to protect the world, and possibly an evacuation plan to a moon that is far enough away from this asteroid debris. So it looks like there's several different routes you can possibly work on, which I find very interesting. So this game, though, is a worker placement game with hand building and resource management. Those things are just, I'm really interested in those things. So that definitely has me intrigued. Deck bag pool building, like I said, like I already said, worker placement. But it also looks great. I'm loving this production. There's a few pictures available, but definitely loving the way this is looking. And I definitely would like to try this. Hopefully I can get my hands on a copy of this to give it a whirl and see if it's any good, see if I like it. All right, so moving on to number 7. Let's see. So far we've had 2 space/sci-fi. So we'll see. We'll try to count up at the end how many we actually have. Let's see. That was 10, 9, 8. So 7. Pillars of Heracles. I believe that's how you say it. Ancient Greece unfolds. Conquer, trade, build. Strategy meets mythology. I think, did I see this out on crowdfunding? Is that how I heard about this game? I can't remember. It looks, I love the way it looks. It definitely has me intrigued. I love these, civilization-y type of games. Definitely love those as well. I haven't heard of, is it Aperion Games? I guess that's the publisher. But let's read a quick little bit about it here. Against its rich historical and mythological backdrop, the game offers a unique blend of area control, rondel mechanics, and deck building, tableau building, set collection, and resource management. As you expand your city-state and manage your resources, you'll need to strategize your moves on the rondel, carefully planning your actions. Building and managing your deck allows you to customize your strategy and prepare for exciting challenges. Check. However many checks that is. I like all of those mechanics. I am definitely interested in trying this, and it really helps that it looks great. Like I said, I don't know much about this publisher. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, well, publishers are Aperion Games and Grand Gamers Guild. I have heard of Grand Gamers Guild. So, yeah, I'm not really sure about the other one, though. So, hopefully it's a really good game. I really would like to try to get a copy of this and try it. I do love civilization-y types of games. So, anyway, Pillars of Heracles. Have you guys heard of this one? Let me see. Was it on a... Okay, so it does look like it was on Kickstarter. That's probably where I originally saw this game, because I think I was tempted. But I don't really do tons of backing of crowdfunding. Okay, let's move on, shall we? To number 6. And we're going to visit some nature in March of the Ants Evolved Edition. Now, this is a 4X nature game. And I am totally down for 4X games. They're some of my favorite games. But I also really enjoy nature themed games. So the combination of those two really has me excited. And also, this is one of the designers is Tim Eisner, and the other one is Ryan Swisher. I haven't heard of him, but I've played some games from Tim Eisner and the publisher Weird City Games, and I like the production. It's always a gorgeous production. So this is like the Evolved Edition. So this is like a reimplementation of the original March of the Ants, which I'd never heard of. But I definitely am interested in this one because, like I said, the production and the aesthetic and the art is always amazing from stuff from Weird City Games. So, yeah, so let's read the tagline here. Expand your colony and evolve your ants in this fast-playing 4X nature game. 1 to 5 players. So, okay, so yeah, area control, grid movement, you have map addition, tile placement, love that stuff. There's a list in BGG of the differences from the 2015 version of March of the Ants, but I'm loving like the theme of this. March of the Ants puts players in control of an ant nest, competing for success with rival nests. You will explore the unknown reaches of the meadow, evolve your ants to create new species, and vie for control of the Great Tunnel. This game is an open-ended strategy game with many paths to victory. As your nest grows and your ants evolve, you must carefully craft a strategy to emerge victorious. Yes, I am so interested in this game. Man, does this... Oh, it just looks great. I absolutely love the look of this. Anyone else interested in this game? Because a lot of times 4X games are like, space or... Actually, what are other ones? Like, civilization-y type stuff. But like a lot of the ones I have are space-themed 4X games. So I am really interested in this different version of a 4X game, like a nature-y version, and definitely want to try this. All right, so let's go to number 5, and it is Emberleaf. Now this is from the company that did the Isle of Cats, which we still have. You know what, man, I need to play that game. I've been thinking about playing that for a little while, and oh gosh, I really need to get that at the table. It's been a long time. Anyway, it's from the same company, same designer, and this is also co-designer James Tomlin, I guess. I love the aesthetic of this game. It looks great. The critters are really cute, but the gameplay also sounds very interesting. Emberleaf is a competitive card dancing and tile placement board game for 1 to 5 players. I do like lots of cards in games, and I also have been really wanting to get more tile placement type of things, so it sounds like that's what it has, but so this card dancing thing, I don't really know too much about this, but I think cards can slide to trigger powerful combinations and charge them, but that sounds interesting. Tile placement, you're building vibrant villages, that sounds awesome. Engine building, recruit heroes to acquire new skills and power your existing fellowship. Resource management, navigate the forests, clear dangerous areas, collect essential resources. All of that sounds so up my alley. The card dancing, obviously, not familiar with that too much, but the tile placement, engine building, resource management, yes, I definitely am interested in giving this a try. I really hope it's good. And man, it looks great. Like, the art is incredible. This was also, I believe, on Kickstarter or crowdfunding somewhere. But this definitely looks like one I would like to try. The tagline here is Rally Heroes, Reclaim the Forest, and Restore the Emberlings' Sacred Homeland. Yeah, that is definitely a cool sounding game. And next up with number 4 is Brink, and this is coming from Ivy Studios, and this is also in the world of Moonrakers. And that is a game that both Justin and I really enjoy, and also enjoy the world. And Ivy Studios always puts out amazing productions, like top-notch production, everything about these games. So I'm interested in trying this one because this is more worker placement in that world. It says explore space, trade with rivals, bring prestige to your faction. It's a 2 to 5 player game. Like I said, it has worker placement, also has trading and hidden voting game that brings the world of Moonrakers to a new genre. So that definitely has me intrigued because typically I'm like, I'm not really into that idea of like voting or hidden voting. But I gotta say, I gotta give this a try because Moonrakers has negotiation in it, and I like would never really want to do that. But it really works in that game, and it's really fun. So I definitely want to give this a try. It looks great, and like I said, it's I think a worker placement driven game. So let's read a little segment here. Each turn, players will place one of the 3 different sized chips or workers onto a grid of hexes. Each hex will gain the player resources and actions, but even more importantly, it will give them power within a faction based on the color of the hex. At the end of each round, players will vote on which faction will score points, which is then multiplied by the amount of power each player has in that faction's color on the board. So yeah, trading, voting, worker placement, space, sci-fi from Ivy Studios. It looks great. I am totally interested in this game. Did any of you guys back this one? This is another one that was on crowdfunding that I didn't back. But hopefully I can get my hands on a copy of this and try it because, ooh, it does look fun. But let me know. Did you guys back this one? Okay, so that is Brink. Let us move on to number 3. And when I saw this announced, I was like, oh, really? Is this coming out? This is from Devere Games, and Devere has been like rocking it, man. Devere has been putting out hit after hit, and now they're coming out with a space-themed one. Oh my gosh, yes, please. And it's also from a famous designer, Danielle Tassini. Tassini, I think is how you say the name. But travel beyond the known space and compete in different fields to surpass your rivals. The cover definitely looks intriguing. So this is yet another worker placement game. I tend to really like those types of games. But it's also engine building. It says worker placement and engine building game with a high level of interaction between players. That scares me a little bit. I tend to like games, well, I don't understand myself. I do like games with high interaction, but they stress me out. So I tend to like the ones with less interaction better, where you can like build up and do your own thing. But this still really has me interested because of everything else, and I might be stressed out, but still have fun. Don't understand myself. In order to thrive in this game, you will travel far reaches of the galaxy, improve your fleet's influence in all galactic matters, compete with other fleets for technological advancements, build a commercial network, and possibly even send representatives to the Galactic Senate to claim political advantages. So, yeah, I mean, I don't really know much else about that other than it's Devere, well-known designer, space-themed game, and it looks gorgeous. It looks amazing as well. So, and mechanics that I am interested in. So hopefully I can also try this one. That is Transgalactica, coming out from Devere Games. All right, let's move on to number 2. And let's stay in the theme of space sci-fi, guys. Go figure. But this is from Mind Clash Games. This is called Revenant. And I was this close to backing it, but I decided to wait because this is like the next follow-up game to Voidfall. Voidfall is one of my all-time favorite games. It is a big space 4X game. And this is like a follow-up to that in the same world. So you're going to be doing some similar things maybe, but like some of the theme might still be there. But this is definitely going to be a different game. It's a standalone game. In this game, it says, evacuate a besieged Starfleet, navigating external threats and internal allegiances. 1 to 4 player game. Designer Alan Kirkby and artist Ian O'Toole. So it looks outstanding, as does Voidfall. So I mean, I'm totally wanting to try this one. So this one has, it looks like area majority, worker placement. Let me just read this here. Revenant is a standalone competitive worker placement game of shifting allegiances set in the Voidfall universe. Revenant spices up the resource management and engine building of a mid-weight Euro with dynamic tactical challenges, constant player interaction, and shifting allegiances. Yeah, man. Wow, that definitely sounds right up my alley, and wow, I really hope to get my hands on this sometime in the future and try it. I don't know when that will be, but definitely want to try this. You know, a lot of these games on my list have been on crowdfunding. I think, actually, have all of them been so far? Let's see. I think all of them, I'm like 99% sure have been on crowdfunding. Venture, I'm not sure if it has been on crowdfunding, but oh, and Transgalactica, that's probably not going to be on crowdfunding, but almost everything has been on crowdfunding. I think I only backed one of these things on my list, which is actually my number one, and that is going to be Tend. This is another one from Ivy Studio. We already talked about Brink, this from the same company, but oh my gosh, this game looks so cool. Okay, this is I think it said flip and write game. Yeah, it's a flip and write game where players are each building up their own farm and collecting the greatest selection of goods to send back to Zenith headquarters for study. So this one has simultaneous action selection, which I love in games. Grid covering, you're like writing and doing things. I think it even has like some scratch offs, stuff that you can do. And this one I definitely backed on Kickstarter because I love these crunchy roll and writes, and so does Justin. So I was like, oh my gosh. And it's from a publisher that we love and always has amazing productions. So I'm like, oh, yes, let's do this. And I love the theme, the vibrant colors. It looks like there's a lot going on. Oh my gosh, but I love like everything about this game so far. I cannot wait to try this game. So this one, yes, we will be getting because we did back this one for sure. So that is Tend. Did anyone else back this one? This one is definitely a looker. I'm so excited about this one. Let me actually read this tagline real quick. Farm, explore, and fish on a cozy alien world. That really has me intrigued. I'm loving everything about this. So that is definitely my number one for anticipated 2025, and that is Tend. Now, I know I talked a lot of different games. Let me know, guys, did you guys back any of these? Because most of these were crowdfunding. So let me know which ones you backed, which ones you're excited about on this list. Please tell me of any suggestions you think that I might be interested in that maybe potentially overlooked, or games that you are anticipating to, coming out in 2025. Do let me know because I love hearing other people's opinions and thoughts on board games and learning about new games. So please let me know in the comments below. But anyway, guys, if you could subscribe and help out this channel, that would be awesome. Really appreciate your support, and I will see you on the next video.